waiting on somebody to yell Mortal Kombat.
Get over here.
Okay.
Okay, hang on.
All right, give me a minute.
Yeah, it's a long way over there to that side of the stage.
So, Iran's president has been missing for about 12 hours. Motherfucker went down in a helicopter crash today, like this morning. They still don't know where the dude is yet.
It's probably in the wreckage of the helicopter, if I had to guess.
Yeah, they have
Parts
not
of
been
it.
able to find that. They have been searching for it for 12 hours.
Interesting.
So the president of your whole country goes missing in an official helicopter and nobody knows where the fuck he is. I'm not saying Iran's Mickey Mouse, but yeah. Just saying.
Could have put
Wait,
an air
what?
tag on him.
I'm so Mickey Mouse? You lost me.
Just like the president.
Of Iran.
I think he flew.
Yeah, I don't think he ran anywhere.
Probably ain't running very far anymore.
No, not anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me that they can still lose planes and shit. Like the most tracked thing like on the planet, and you can't find it.
Well, that's what happened with Malaysia Airlines 370.
Yeah, that one was. I mean, I just don't get how you lose a whole fucking plane, man. Like that doesn't. I don't get it. I thought we were more in the future than that.
Well, I mean, you would especially think you'd want to keep track of it because I don't know if you're aware how much those things cost, but it's a hell of a lot more than a $20 bill. That's all I'm saying.
You just write it off, Jerry. You just write it off. You lose a plane, you just write it off, and then you're good to go.
Sure, it's only anywhere between fucking $25 million on up to I don't even know what they're charging for large jumbo jets, but I would assume
you ain't bought a jumbo jet in a while.
150 million.
I'm sure Geico will cover it.
You just tell them there was some hail coming down, and that's what brought it down. They'll cover it.
Yeah, it's just hail damage. It'll be fine.
All the insurance company has got to do is say, sure, if you'll show us the plane so we can,
Funny story. We can't find it, but it's definitely hail damaged.
Apparently, they lose a representation of it.
Yeah, here's just a picture of a golf ball, and here's what we think it looks like.
Do you think they have scratch and dent sales like they do for appliances? Like there's a, fucking Dreamliner out there on the tarmac. Well, I mean, since they can't put bolts in them or anything anyway. That freaking meme the other day with, the character from Hitman with the Boeing Employee of the Year. That's about the funniest shit I've seen in a long time. That's all I'm saying. I just want
to say out loud right here in public, that's not funny. And I'm
Boeing
sure
is the best and most reliable airplane ever invented.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Until it isn't.
Seconded.
Yeah.
I agree.
All you got to do is get a C-suite of shitty people to ruin your company, and they will run it into the ground with quickness.
They probably just didn't keep up with the maintenance plan. That's all.
They didn't buy the maintenance. They didn't buy the maintenance package, the extended warranty maintenance package.
Yeah, they came from that practical fraud school of business where you lie, cheat, and steal and do anything you can to temporarily increase profits.
Yeah, it's called American capitalism.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's rewarded pretty often.
Yes.
Shut up and enjoy your Temu purchase.
Speaking of planes going missing, apparently ships go missing a lot still. which is equally as weird to me that you just lose track of a boat and then it just doesn't come back.
I got
Depends
lost in
on the
that
size of
Bermuda
the.
grass triangle.
I was about to say it depends on the size of the boat as far as
I always
you
heard
know.
it was the motion of the ocean.
were they saying it in a loving tone?
Yeah, they're like, it's fine. No, it's not. It's average. It's average.
No, stop. That's ignorant.
Adam's little tugboat.
I
hey,
got something you
hey.
can tug on. It's my finger. I got a fart.
Come here, I'll pull it.
Is that your chair?
What was that?
Dan had too many Diet Cokes.
Impossible. No such thing.
Until you get arrhythmia
Well, arrhythmia, schmarrhythmia, dude.
or a stroke.
Well, that's Panera's lemonade with like 500 grams of caffeine in it.
You have too much of any one particular thing that you're supposed to have, and it'll still kill you.
Like a bullet to the head. You got too many of those and you just die.
That's too many flights on a Boeing airplane.
Well, vitamin A, water, salt, all things that your body needs. You get too much of them, it'll kill you.
Your body's kind of an asshole. It's like I need vitamin B6, and then you get too much of it, and then you literally just die.
From B6?
Yeah, B6 poisoning. You know what the symptoms of B6 poisoning are? The exact same symptoms of B6 deficiency because our bodies are fucking assholes.
It's interesting. I thought B6 was water soluble.
I thought you were water soluble.
I probably am.
With enough water and time, anything is, I believe.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, just put them in there for like 2,000 years. It'll dissolve.
Eventually.
Or less.
Or less. Hopefully less.
Takes a lot to make a stew.
Too many cooks.
Should have used that for the intro.
I don't want to just steal stuff for the intro.
That's why you change like one word and call it a parody. Works for Weird Al, I think.
It's too short
That's actually
for one
a
of
good point.
Adam's parodies or one of Adam's songs intros.
You're low, Dan. You're low.
You're low.
You're low. Get low.
Get low. It's weird. I haven't touched anything since last time.
It might just be me. I heard Robbie low as well.
Nah, he's pretty low. He needs to take some antidepressants or something.
Everybody's low.
I heard
Adam.
Rob low as well as Dan low.
Call him DL for short.
You want to
Keep it on the Dan low.
Yeah. I'm like your sneaky link.
Mm-hmm. You are my sneaky link. It's weird. Don't say stuff like that, Dan.
No cap.
That's Zoomer talk there.
That's skibbity.
Let's stop.
It's skibbity toilet water.
Stop it. That's very skibbity toilet of you, no cap. On God, on Glizzy.
On God.
That's on God.
What?
Let's see. How do you activate Google Translate again?
Oh, Google don't know this, bro. This shit ain't on
Whatever,
Google.
Boomer.
Just hit
Yeah,
yourself
boomer.
over the head until it makes sense.
Yeah, okay, boomer.
Got him.
Yeah, dude, never gonna recover from that one.
Right in the fields or something.
What is going on in the world of news this week? Because, yeah, I've been dead.
Same. But I've been dead for years, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I mean, dead, like, is in no energy and haven't kept up, not dead inside, which I also am, but,
I've been both of those.
Carry on.
Israel, Gaza still going, Ukraine still going, obviously. Let's see. There is a member of Netanyahu's provisional government because they got like the parliamentary system, so many of them have to come together. Even though they're the government, they have to come together to form the government. And one of his key backers is basically threatening to leave unless they start showing a little bit of sense.
When the
That's
fuck did
sad,
Yahoo get a
'cause-
government?
That's sad because
No,
his
it's the
last
rest of
album
the
was
net.
fire.
Wait, what? What?
Netanyahu, wasn't he the Hasidic Jew rapper?
No, you're thinking of BGP kosher.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What about OSPF?
You down with OSPF?
I heard it's the shortest path.
BGP, you know me.
What kind of autonomous system is this?
All right, this one's
Sound
going to
of the-
be up there. This one's
Sound of
gonna
a
be
child's
up-
laughter.
I'm just thinking of the conversation after this episode. This
Yeah.
one's going to be up there.
You're already thinking of the of after the end of this episode. Is that your favorite part?
Yeah, when we click stop and we go, man, that was a fucking terrible one. And then we're like, that might have been the worst one ever. I think this one's going to be up there at least.
Better or worse than favorite software?
That one was pretty good, in my opinion.
On a scale of 0 to 1.
We had one called favorite software.
Don't ask me that, Robbie. I am non-binary. That's an unfair question.
Oh.
Okay.
No, that would be 0 or 1. He said 0 to 1. It's different.
0, 2. That's not how you count. Yeah, I thought it went 0, 1, 2.
No, that's. Did you assume my linear?
It's very
mathematics?
based.
You're based.
10 base.
Yes, it's very. It's very based. Base 2.
You're mid.
You're mid. You're mid. No, you're Reggie. How about that? You're not even mid.
Your best first reaction was, no, you're mid.
No.
Well, yeah, that's my only reaction usually.
So, let me ask you guys a question. When you think Guinness World Records, what do you think?
At least,
beer.
About 24 pack. Probably my record.
That's not the world record, though.
Probably not.
I would say like a 86 Guinnesses. Final answer.
No cap.
When I was a kid, it was all you got the book, or the book was in the library when it came out. You went in there and you saw all the goofy shit. And you would have somebody with the longest fingernail, somebody else with the longest beard. They would
Fattest
show the
twins on a
tallest living
motorcycle.
all of that crap.
Big
And
yikes.
like the last, I'd say 15, 20 years or so, it seems like the records have been getting stupider and stupider. It was for a while, that was a thing for a lot of these daily talk shows. They would have somebody on who was going to make a Guinness World Record attempt live on their show. And I think I remember one of them was some dude cracking walnuts with his ass.
That's bussin'.
Make it clap.
He was
Well,
like
you have
just
to
going
pay
down.
Guinness to come out and validate the record, and I guess they're just hurting for money now. So there's
Well, I
validating
think the
anything.
Learning Channel took away all their content, just made TV shows about it.
Very possible. Very possible. But it's like the last, as far as dumb records, there was like sometime in the last couple of days, there's a town in Texas named Kyle, Texas, and they were going for the world's largest gathering of Kyles, and 706 Kyles showed up, and they still didn't pull it off. And I'm like, it's like, who gives a shit?
That's
That's my
delulu.
whole thing with modern Guinness World Records. It's
Guinness cares because they make money going out to validate it.
yeah. I'm just wondering, who's sitting there looking up how many walnuts can I break with my ass?
The whole
Well, you got to
point,
pick a record no one is trying for, so you're the best at it.
right?
Exactly.
And the whole
It's like
point of
going
the
to
Guinness
the
Book of World Records was to get people to go to bars anyway. So at this point, longest beard and shit like that doesn't interest anybody anymore. With the internet, I'm surprised that there is even a Guinness Book of World Records anymore.
Yeah, we
I
got
want the
TikTok
longest
now.
dick.
Well, good luck with that.
I mean, we already call you tripod, so you got that going for you.
Your dick would need a glow up.
It would. That's true. I wasn't saying that I personally want the longest dick. I was saying that I want the longest dick to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Then
Just
people would read that shit.
just use lots of lube. I don't judge.
Well, that hits different. Kind of gives me the ick.
Maybe the Gen X folks could come up with like the extreme Guinness Book of World Records. How many durian fruits can you puree and boof in a 5-minute period?
Okay, Karen.
What was that, Dan?
Dan,
I couldn't hear you.
stop saying Zoomer catchphrases. All right, stop
You got that?
it.
I got that main character energy today.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
He's a
lit.
background character.
I got NPC energy.
It's funny because I just got to NPC when you said that.
Yeah, well, it's in alphabetical order.
Yeah. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, I noticed they were in alphabetical order about 5 phrases in. I was like, Jesus Christ, he's just reading a list.
Yeah, I found a list. Exactly.
Down the chat GPT.
Sadly, I know what most of these mean. Period. So. Plah, used as a conversation stopper when there's nothing left to say. Plah. Like, yeah. I mean, some of them
That's
I
stupid.
understand. I mean, Riz. Like, okay, I get it. Short for charisma. All right, I get that.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 in that one time.
Salty.
It was good for my bard character.
Bard with an 18 charisma.
Just
Skitty.
convince everybody it's like Jedi mind tricks. You want to let me pass? It's fine. Trust me, I'm an expert.
And you roll a 0.
Let me play you a song.
something, throw a coin to your Witcher.
No, you're mixing up Witcher with Dungeons and Dragons. Jeez, Dan.
I mean, it's basically the same thing.
Ah, jeez.
Look,
It
now
is
you
not
pissed
the
my
same
cat
thing
off.
because actually it's not the same
It's
thing.
the same thing.
Actually, D&D is on its 5th revision of its rule set, and Witcher is only on like season 2.
Is that what it is? It's probably
Yeah, it's actually Dungeons and Dragons came first.
quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it
That
came
was
first. It's not
around
the
back
same
in the
thing.
70s, I think.
In mid-70s.
Yeah, they were pretty mid.
Edition.
Got him.
74 is when the original edition came out. Yeah, it is on the 5th edition. 2014. Got
I
him.
played Baldur's Gate. What?
Yeah. I remember when second edition was the cool, the new hotness. Well,
Damn, you guys are old.
yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't have even been born. Let me see. Second edition of revised came out in 95.
I was
So
born.
you would have been born at that point.
I would have been born.
Do you have any memories of that time period?
Yes.
Are they good memories?
No, of course
Not
not.
the repressed ones. No, not those.
Yeah. Just
He's like, yes, I have repressed memories. How do you know that?
Because I
Wait a
repress
minute.
them every morning when I
I was
wake
going to
up.
say, I just assume. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I never played Baldur's Gate. Not the new one. I played one from like fucking late 80s, early 90s.
Wait, what? Was it a thing? Was it like a tabletop or something?
No,
It
well,
was a
Baldur's Gate
PC
was
game.
it was, yeah, I was going to say, it was they call those,
Character RPG.
yeah, it was a video game, but there was, oh shit. I forget a campaign for Baldur's Gate. It was a big town in the Forgotten Realms uh, world, and that was one of
It's
my
got a
favorites
big
to play.
gate.
It had Baldur's Gate or something.
It's a gaping gate.
Gaping. Ain't nothing wrong with gaping.
All the merchant traffic that came through there.
Unless you have a tugboat, and then, you know, what are you going to do? Then it's too
D-
big.
Dan,
That'd be called Baldur's Port.
are you okay?
Are you okay?
You just seem a lot more subdued than normal, would be the best way to put it.
I've never done any dudes, sub or dom or
It's it's
otherwise.
it's the week of partying that he's had.
Just say I've been on PTO all week. I got to go back to work tomorrow.
Existential dread is setting in.
It usually does on Sundays anyway.
That's the Lord's work.
All right.
You know what? I can't go anywhere to eat on Sunday because I moved uh, to the middle of the Bible Belt. So
Nothing's open?
everything's closed.
You
Oh,
got
wow.
Golden Corral and you got
I was going to say,
Golden Corral.
something's got to
Well,
be open.
stuff's open, but I like to go to local places. I don't like to go to chains, and all the local places are, of course, closed on Sunday because they have to go to church all day, apparently.
Unless they're a really popular restaurant that's right next to a church.
There you go.
And then they open right
remember.
about noon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember places like that being open. They had truncated hours, right? Yeah, like noon to 4 or some shit. But
Yeah, but then you got to go fight the
well, yeah,
church people.
yeah, absolutely.
Is that how you normally get your food? You go in, you pick a fight with church people?
He does. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
you have to find it's like prison. You got to find the biggest, strongest Christian, and you got to fight him.
Take him
It,
out
it,
first.
mhm. And then you like grab his sandwich off of his plate. That's mine, fat ass.
Yeah, I'm like, that's mine. And then when he's like, "Why did you do that?" I just tell him, it's God's will.
God's
Apparently,
will. Yeah,
yeah.
there really
No
was
one has
nothing.
any control over anything, so
Nope.
he can't blame me.
So you can't blame
It's not
me.
his
I just,
will, it's his plan.
you know, he wanted me to have this sandwich and for you to have that busted lip.
So
Crazy.
thoughts and prayers, and then I just
Thoughts.
bite into the sandwich,
One in the thoughts, two in the prayers.
and then everyone stands up and claps, and then
And then the president comes in and
yeah, the
thanks
president
you.
walks in and gives me a standing ovation and a Purple Heart. Yep.
Press X for doubt.
These days it's a hold F. There's no more pressing. They want you to hold the fucking button now.
What? Shit, I forgot the. Oh, because you were a Marine sniper, and you have people that'll kill anyone who doesn't believe your story. haven't seen that one in a while.
What, the copy pasta?
Yeah.
Man, I think I'll put it in. I think I'll put that in like a Discord one day, and they made me take it down because it like took like the whole page up. You couldn't see any more messages. You had to scroll up.
Yeah, I'm trained in guerrilla sharding, and I'm the top shitter in the entire U.S. to armed farters.
Got a Guinness record for it, actually.
Here we go. Internet copy pasta. Yeah, I always love those stories that are like you said, and then the president came in and thanked me for, and it's unironic. That's the thing. Like, it's different if somebody's trolling or being stupid or whatever, but
yeah, some people are just so fucking full of shit that it's spilling out of their mouth.
Yeah. And I don't care who you are, that's amusing.
And then I did a really cool backflip, but I can't do it right now. But I did one then, and everybody said that was really cool.
No, man, I hurt myself in Nam, and now I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I hurt myself moving. That's why I can't do it anymore.
Now you got to make up a cool story. You got to just tell everyone like you got Agent Orange exposure or something.
There you go. Bro, I have Agent Blue. Like, it was worse than Agent Orange.
Yeah,
a knife fight with a drunken wombat.
You've never even heard of it.
Jesus Christ.
A drunken wombat. That'd be scary.
Well, we've all been there.
We've all been there, right? Yeah.
I have. I was there last night.
Wombats are actually kind of cute looking, too.
Y'all hear Colorado's trying to reintroduce wolverines? Those Russians will never come here now.
No, I don't. I just don't see Hugh Jackman moving to Colorado.
Well, they're gonna film that new Deadpool movie, so he should show up anytime.
Yeah, it could be.
Or they're filming that down in the Springs.
Oprah Winfrey has a house out here. I didn't know that.
Oprah Winfrey?
Yeah, she has a house out near Telluride. So does Ralph Lauren.
I would bet that Oprah Winfrey has many houses in many places.
Yeah,
many books.
Like Hawaii. That's why she burned Hawaii down.
Right. Her and The Rock.
Yeah. People are actually saying she burned down Hawaii.
Oh, I know. Well, I think they're insinuating that she was part of the
cabal,
or whatever that did it.
The shadowy cabal.
That's another one where they won't let anybody into the areas, and they won't explain why they haven't started fixing anything yet and shit like that. It is kind of shady. And with, like you said, with Boeing doing what Boeing did, it's getting to the point where
anyone can do anything. Like
these motherfuckers, they just do it out in the open now.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What? Well, what are you gonna do? Say it. Say something. We'll kill you too.
Right.
While we're on topics, what about Diddy?
Did he?
He did.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Did he or didn't he?
Asking.
I think he did.
I think he did, and I don't think anything's gonna happen about it.
Well, I mean, he's like in another country now, isn't he?
They said they got him, but it's it wasn't him.
Did he? Did they?
They sent a picture. They said we got Diddy, and it was just some random fucking dude.
Well,
like it obviously wasn't him.
To law enforcement, all black guys look the same anyway. So
that is true. They're like, oh, he looks close enough, right? And they're like, oh yeah,
he's a black guy. He did it. Are wombats house pets? While wombats are not generally kept as pets, a notable depiction of a common wombat as a pet is Fatso from the Australian television show A Country Practice. Of course, Australians would have wombats as house pets.
Well, they're used to it. Everything's trying to kill them already, so fuck it.
Right.
Keep your enemies close.
And feed them carrots or
maybe lock the door when you go to sleep.
What do they eat? Cuddly or not? Are wombats cuddly? I love the things that people ask the internet. That is actually the scientific name for wombats. Vombatidae.
Sounds like a
Vombatidae.
German guy just trying to say wombat.
Right?
The Vombatidae.
Vombatidae.
Are you telling me the
No, it's
wombat
still
died?
alive.
Vombatidae? No, I just saw one the other day.
Literally, it's right there.
Those
He's
little
doing fine.
cocksuckers can get up to 77 pounds. Jesus. And they can run up to 25 miles an hour. How? I find that hard to believe.
Probably on all four legs.
I don't think they could get that many
How
legs.
many wombats have you been chased by?
I mean, me personally, just this one time.
Divide by 2.
Right, yeah.
Count,
one time.
So subtract 1.
Why is a wombat called a wombat? A group of wombats is called a wisdom of wombats, a mob of wombats, or a colony of wombats.
I only have one
Fantastic.
question about wombats.
What's that?
I want to know how their body forms square turds and why.
Well,
It's because they're not worried about their butthole slamming closed like we are.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know that still explains it.
Yeah, they're not worried about it, so they just make square turds.
Yeah, they
So
have
all I know
square-shaped
is
poo.
make sure that you're eating a brownie if wombats are around. That's all I'm saying.
Make sure you're eating
like
brownie.
fudge.
I would hope that I could smell that what I'm about to eat is shit.
And
It tends to have a strong smell
brownie,
to it.
right? not wombat poo, apparently. According to Doug,
wombat
it smells like brownies.
Yes. Little known fact about wombats, their shit smells just like fresh fudge.
I mean, depending on the flavor, yeah.
I mean, if it tastes like fresh fudge, then who gives a fuck?
I can see Adam going out and buying fudge squares and, just telling people to try it. And then like when they start eating it, commenting on it, talking about how this fudge, blah, 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 before they can get to that, it's like, I didn't realize wombat shit was tasty. Just saying.
What people eat coffee beans that have been fermented in an animal's asshole.
That's true.
If I showed up somewhere with fudge and I tried to give it to someone, I guarantee they would not eat it.
I know a guy at work that might.
Be like, hey, here's some fudge. They're like, yeah, okay.
Try this Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie.
Yeah,
sprinkles on it.
Sprinkles on it.
That actually sounds kind of good. Try not to eat trash this week, but
don't eat trash. Don't be a raccoon.
I'll tell you, you're a trash panda.
Yeah, when it comes to food, I am. Yeah. So they know why the poop is cube-shaped, but no one can tell me what does wombat poop taste like.
That's probably a good thing.
Probably tastes like shit.
Chat GPT.
What do feces?
Or 4chan.
Human feces taste bitter because of bile.
Sure. We'll just go with bile.
That has
nothing to do with the actual shit.
It's relatively caused by the scent. Well, I mean, bile does. Oh, wait, we spoke to a guy from the restaurant that serves poo. Of course, that would be a Vice article.
Man, I remember when Vice was actually worth the fuck. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah, for like,
long time ago.
They were pretty good for a few good years.
But I remember when the History Channel showed history stuff. I remember when the Learning Channel showed cool educational stuff.
I got that beat. I can remember when MTV played fucking music.
Right.
So they do still. It's just on MTV7. Until next week.
Shit.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Don't listen to Robbie.
Why? It sounds like you might be onto something.
Yeah, he's full of square feces.
He is not. He's
Yes.
full of regular feces.
Yeah, that might be too.
They're polygons, actually. Thank you.
Hey, could you imagine? That'd be cool if you like shit out 20-sided dye. That'd be cool.
I do if I eat some.
I looked up MTV7. It's giving me a Star Wars article. I don't believe you now.
See, I told you. Now I'll never believe you again, Robbie. You've ruined it.
The MTV7 multi-terrain vehicle was a single-track, double-wheeled ground car used by the Imperial Army. God damn it, Robbie!
But it played music as they fought.
I'm sure it did.
Fought the Halos or whatever.
It was the successor to MTV6, Revenge of the
we're
Sixth.
done. We're done. I'm not looking up any more stuff.
Did you guys see the article about the government is going to supposedly be monitoring video game activity now for terrorists or some shit?
They're going to start monitoring. They're going to start
monitoring video games.
Didn't they find that dude who leaked all those classified documents on Discord?
Yeah.
Is that because they weren't monitoring Discord?
It's because they weren't monitoring. It just happened. It was
they just stumbled upon it one day.
So user reports.
I was just thinking there's no way that we could ever play like Ready or Not ever again if they were to actually start monitoring.
I'm sure we can. Just use a VPN, right?
Discussion and whatnot. Kind of like Adam checks out Spank Bag or whatever it was.
Yeah.
VPN now.
Yeah, they blocked me, dog. I mean, I think the Bible Belt state governments are just in cahoots with the VPN providers.
Is that what it is?
Blocking all the porn sites now.
Birds aren't real. Utah started that shit a year or so ago where you had to put in your state ID information in order to get past the block, the wall, whatever. To prove
so some sites
18.
are doing that, but most of them are saying "fuck you." We're not doing that. So they're just blocking the website in the states where you got to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mormons.
Yeah, I noticed that Pornhub was popping up a page that said, said, "Hey, this is porn. Click here to state that you're 18, that you're an adult." So, and I'm sure that's to keep them out of some legal hot water.
They're known for their pop-ups or causing pop-ups.
Causing pop-ups, yeah, at least for a few minutes. I've always thought it was kind of weird that porn was as accessible as it is on the internet. Like I have no problems with it because I watch a lot of porn, but I have always thought it was kind of weird that to buy a Playboy or something, if you went somewhere, you had to show ID and whatnot, but then you could get on the internet and look up fucking just anything and find it. So
it is a little predicted this. There's
it is a little weird.
Be one website eventually. It's just going to be called bringbacktheporn.com.
Bringbackporn.com. They better never take my porn.
What do you think the answer is to that? Because obviously it's not what they're trying to do.
The answer is that parents need to pay more attention to what their kids are doing.
But I think that's harder to do now because, like, if you thought like the latchkey kid era was bad, like, people are so broke now. Like, there's no way to have like a stay-at-home mom anymore.
No, but I think buying your kids phones and iPads and shit at fucking 10 years old, giving them unfettered access to the internet, not taking any time to educate yourself as an adult on how to, prevent kids from getting online, letting kids have computers in their rooms at 10, 11, 12 years old. I mean, look, here's the thing. You're never going to stop kids from finding porn. It is what it is. Again, it comes down to talking to your kids and being like, look, 98% of that shit ain't real. A couple years ago, I think it was during COVID, I got onto this kick where I was watching porn documentaries because it's actually pretty fascinating. One,
Porn
the
documentaries or documentary porn? We're like, oh no, porn director.
He just watches it for the articles.
Tomato. Yeah. One thing that I found interesting is the amount of legit Mensa members that are female that are in porn. There's like a dozen of them, which is kind of strange when you think about it, right? And some of them keep up the bullshit in the documentaries, and then some of them are just like, it's fake as fuck. I don't get off. I don't really enjoy it. I make a lot of money, you know. And I think you just got to talk to your kids, be like, it's bullshit.
That was the most fascinating thing. Like way back in the day, it's probably Jesus Christ, 2002 or so, 2000, somewhere right around in there. I had a channel that I had a subscription for. That it was an adult channel, and the thing that I loved watching more than anything on that channel were when they would do interviews with the porn stars, and when they were interviewing them for real.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, some of the favorite words that have ever come out of people's mouths have happened on that. I think my favorite one was, "You can't help but get emotional when you're getting fisted."
I mean, you know, I know
Same.
Adam always does.
I really do. I guess I'm like, please don't stop.
Yeah. He told me he loved me once, which was kind of awkward. So
yeah,
I had to take the ball gag out and be like, "What did you say?"
Lately, Dan's just been trying to punch my ass, and I told him you got to slide the fingers in first and then create a fist.
You and I both know that's not true. I could punch my
stink fist too much.
Yeah, I can punch my way all the way up to the
punch
fucking
man
elbow.
in my asshole.
Well,
stop giving me the Saitama.
Listen, we got to do something to get viewership back up. So, yeah, it's same. And Netflix had a bunch of there was one where they followed these girls that like left Florida or Kentucky or some shit like that, and they went out to Hollywood and followed them through them getting into porn, and like one of them, of course, becomes like a fucking heroin junkie and winds up having to go back home. And but they were talking about like they're doing like an interview almost. And the guy's like, all right. He's like, okay, will you fuck black guys? And she's like, yeah, sure. He's like, okay. Do you do anal? And she's like, oh, I charge extra. He's like, all right, you know. And he's just asking her all this shit. And she's saying what she will and won't do and how much, you know, she expects to get paid. It was something like some of those women can make up to $5,000 a shoot. And they'll do
that's how they end up on heroin.
They'll wind up doing.
You give this fucking 19-year-old $5,000.
Well, and they'll do like 3 shoots a day. So these chicks are making $15,000 a day, right? And then on the flip side of that, the dudes only make like $500 a shoot. And
wow, the gender pay gap is real,
right? Exactly. And that's why a lot of these dudes will do gay porn because it pays more. And I found that, to me, that was just fascinating. Like that guy's like, oh, well, you know, it's $500 if you fuck this chick in the ass, but if you let this dude fuck you in the ass, it's $1,500. Yeah, okay, I gotta pay my car payment. But then there are women that won't shoot with men who do gay porn for, semi obvious reasons.
Yeah.
They've
They
got.
do testing and shit though,
I
but
was going to say they've got the porn industry kind of is what drove the like HIV 24, 48-hour HIV tests and
yeah.
shit like that.
Well, the thing about HIV is like sometimes you get a false negative unless
Uh-huh.
it's been in you for like 6 weeks or some shit like that. So I
Well,
get it. Like,
there was a dude that I don't remember his name. This was a few years ago. There was a big thing going on in the porn industry because he had tested and then he went to like a party or something, some swingers party, and was just fucking people left and right. And you're not supposed to. I mean, that's kind of like a gentleman's agreement is that, okay, while you're waiting on the testing, you won't go fuck anybody. So he goes and he fucks all these people, comes back, shoots for a couple of days, and winds up giving like 3 or 4 people HIV.
Really fucked them.
That's been more than
Yeah.
a few years ago. I remember seeing something about that. Was probably 20 years ago at this point.
No, I don't think it was that long ago because, like I said, I got onto that kick during COVID. It might have been, but I don't think it was. I think this was fairly recent, and that was why people were so upset. Was that dude knew the deal. They'd done the testing and everything, but yeah, it's a fascinating industry, honestly, and like that, and fucking everybody has a fucking OnlyFans nowadays. Um, And I've never. Somebody asked me once if I could date a porn star, and I said no. I said I couldn't. It's just me. I said I don't disrespect him for. I don't think that you're. I don't think a chick is like stupid or a slut or whatever. If bitch is making $15,000 a day getting fucked and she don't care, like what business of that is mine? I don't know. I don't think. I've had jobs where I got fucked for a lot less than that. So. There you go.
I mean, I could put it very, very simply. If you take out any morals, any ick, anything about any taboo
no.
about related to their job.
Yeah, here we go.
But
last time you took out morals,
Yeah.
okay, well, come
I was
on.
very uncomfortable.
You're coming down the path with me. Here we go. I mean, because it's been a bang up classic so far. But regardless, if you take all of that out of the mix, that still means that, and this may do it for some people, it wouldn't do it for me, but I wouldn't want to see video of the woman that I was wanted to date or be involved with or was dating or married to, video evidence of someone fucking her better than I could. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't like it when I see Adam getting fucked better than I can fuck him. So yeah, I get it. And there are people in the industry that are fucking married. 99 times out of fucking 98, they're in the industry as well.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's porn math. Don't worry about it.
No one ever said what the fuck. 9 times out of 98.
No, it's not. No, 99 times out of 98. Pay attention.
Okay,
Pay attention,
right.
Adam.
I'm trying, but holy fuck, 99 times out of 98.
Out of 98, yeah, it's porn math, right? So now somebody asked me once if I could date an OnlyFans model or whatever they are, and I said, yeah, if all they did was like the solo shit, yeah. And they're like, seriously, like there are guys out there jerking off to her and stuff, and you could date her. I was like, yeah, especially if it's one of them that made like $50,000 a month. Fuck yeah, I could date them. I have no problems with that.
It's like people are gonna beat off to my girlfriend either way. I might as well be getting a paycheck.
Exactly, right? I mean, no, I have no problems with sex work. I think sex work should be absolutely fucking legal. I think brothels should be a thing. Something like the Bunny Ranch out in Vegas or Nevada, where the fuck it's at. If a person wants to If a person wants to pay for sex, that's their business. If a person wants to have sex for money, that's their business. I mean, in reality, as a guy, it's probably cheaper for me to go spend $500 and have sex with somebody in a brothel than it is for me to wine and dine some chick 3 or 4 times with the chances of potentially getting laid and then, feelings getting hurt and blah, blah, blah. I like transactional, like walking in and being like, you, third one from the left, let's roll. And she says, okay, for $500, I'll fuck your brains out. I'm like, cool. Fuck her brains out. You lay there for a minute and you leave. That's it. No crazy stalking, no weird text messages,
Hopefully.
Well, man, hopefully.
People are still going to people.
Yeah. If hey, listen, if I am so good that I fuck a prostitute to the point where she starts stalking me, I'd wear that as a badge of honor. So, I'd just be like, I fucked a professional crazy. No, I
And
think that'd
then
be.
later on, she would wear your skin as a suit.
Hey, you know what? There are pros and cons to being good at what you do. So
That's true.
just
That's
saying,
true.
right? But yeah, I've never.
I love Dan so much, I want to wear him.
I want to wear him. I want to be inside of him, quite literally. But yeah, I've always had that opinion on sex work. I've never. I read something or watched something once that basically the besides the morality part of it, like Doug said, right? The Christian conservative assholes, is that it's because they can't really tax it. They don't know how to tax it. If you just made it legal across the board, people could do it under the
But you
table.
can't tax it if it's illegal.
And that was my thing. I was like, but,
so
and they were showing or they had some quotes from different like politicians that were like, how would we regulate this and blah, 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 blah. The same way you
Ask
regulate.
Nevada.
They do it in
Right.
other countries and
Right.
other states. So
Right.
it's like, it's not that hard. We're not trying to, figure out how to make nuclear fusion stable and produce more power than what you put into it and make a reactor out of that. That's not that level of difficulty.
That's funny
You
because
say,
that's exactly what
hey,
Adam's Tugboat does.
if you fuck here at your point of sale system, we're
Right.
just going to charge you a 13% tax on
Exactly.
that.
And that's, you regulate it like you do anything else. And you're still going to have people. I mean, there are people in Colorado that still buy weed from just individuals illegally, quote unquote, illegally, right? Because they say it's cheaper, better, or whatever. I don't know. I was watching something on that the other day. And so you're never going to like get completely past the illegal part of it. But I mean,
but dude, 99 times out of 98.
There you go.
If someone has the option to go in a place that's regulated and tests versus going to a street corner, they're going to go in the place where they pay tax.
Unless that's their kink, right? Unless they like finding some crack whore on the side of the road or something. I mean,
don't.
I'm just
feel
saying.
like I'm getting attacked right now.
Eventually we needed to discuss it. So, but no, and you're absolutely right. When I was 18, 19 years old and I started smoking pot, the dumb shit that I did and the stupid fucking places that I put myself for a bag of weed, right, so that I could get high and play fucking Nintendo. Versus, of course, when I moved out here, didn't smoke weed for fucking 10, 15 years, 12 years, something like that. But of course, when I moved out here, I went to a dispensary. How the fuck can you not, especially as a former, pothead? And you walk in and it looks like a fucking Apple store. And then
with Apple Store prices.
The thing I told you guys, my ex, she was in pharmaceutical compliance. She works for Moderna now, and she does pharmaceutical compliance. And she went to this thing when she was living out here, and when she came home, it was a like a seminar or something on the cannabis industries, like how they track stuff and shit like that. And she came home and told me, she's like, I am legitimately impressed. She goes, they really have their shit together on how they track from the day they put the seed in the fucking uh, system all the way out to the product that it makes to the stores. She said that shit's tracked all the way, and they know exactly where it's at, when it got there, and everything. And she said it's absolutely on par, if not superior, than uh, mass produced pharmaceuticals.
The
And
funny thing is, like, if weed hurts somebody, you risk getting it like illegalized again. If a pill hurts somebody, nothing's going to happen.
no, somebody maybe pays a fine, you know.
Yeah, probably
Um,
not.
and I see these articles all the time on, weed isn't as safe as we thought it was and shit like that. And I've always said that if you put anything in your body that's not food or fucking water, and even nowadays that shit's dangerous, but then yeah, it's going to have negative effects. If you take a kid that's been smoking weed, because these articles always wind up diving into the same place, and they go down the hole of, if you're smoking weed when you're 14, 15 and your brain's forming, like it doesn't form right and all that. Well, of course not. You're introducing synthetic dopamine, synthetic serotonin, and your brain will downregulate and stop making that shit, because it goes, wow, I'm not even making that much, but my brain's full of fucking dopamine and I don't know why, you know. But I think it's kind of a fucking stupid argument when liquor and beer and cigarettes and, whatever else is legal. Like, I think it's a sad fucking argument. I don't. But again, I don't care what people do when it comes to drugs either. If you want to fucking smoke weed, go smoke weed. Um, the only thing I don't like to hear is when people are like, "Oh, I'm fucking broke and I can't get a decent job. I think I'm just going to sit here and smoke pot and play Nintendo." It's like, well, dude, that's why I quit, was because I needed a better fucking job. So you gotta pick and choose your fucking battles. But um, yeah, there's sex work, drugs, fucking assisted suicide,
And rock and roll.
and rock and roll. Absolutely, I think it should all be legal. We're close to it. Let's have a moment of silence.